Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Vintage Story. Indeed. I'm off here this morning because I noticed that I had put a mark here on the map, waypoint 17, with a description of what under it. So I thought we'd come out and have a look, because this is sort of a, well, it's a bit of a special episode of Vintage Story, if you would. This is, in fact, the last Vintage Story episode that I will be making on YouTube. As most of you are aware at this point, I am retiring from the platform in what is, well, I'm recording this on the 23rd of March. It's not going to go up till probably the 24th or 25th. But on the 27th, I am, it is weird. Yeah, I'm retiring from the platform completely. Finishing a, well, sad as it may seem if you look at my stats, but a 10-year tenure on... 10-year tenure, interesting, on YouTube. So I've decided it's time to hang up the YouTube hat and go pursue other things. That, and there's health issues and stuff involved too. I'm managing to age like fine milk, so all these things taken into account, I decided back in the middle of December that this was going to be it. And come my birthday on the 27th of March, where I'll be turning that ripe old age where you are officially a senior, I thought I would say so long to this particular occupation. It has taken many hours of my time. Okay, I'm going to want to come over this way a bit. A little bit of pathing there. Okay, not much else on this level. Huh. 'Tis just a wee floating island. Even this is just normal rock. Well, yeah. Okay, I guess if that's what it is, that's what it is. That's kind of disappointing. Lovely view, though. So yeah, I'm, they've just updated to 1.95 as of this morning. Well, you're not supposed to be able to get hurt falling into water. I guess it wasn't deep enough. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. We've explored it, had a look. And there we go. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I have, as I said, this is going to be the final episode. I just sort of wanted to come on here. It's when you run a sort of chaotic, all over the place game channel like I have, where, you know, we're doing this game or we're doing that game, and some people don't like this one, they only watch for that one, etc. It kind of, I think, to get a chance to say thanks to everybody that has supported me in the series, and to say probably goodbye to a bunch of you, to come on in each game that I am running and just sort of say, well, you know, this is it. I'm sorry to cut it off sort of mid-stroke, but I mean, with Vintage Story, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's always going to be in mid-stroke. because I don't know, even Minecraft has an ending. I don't think Vintage Story really does. Of course, with Minecraft, suitably enough, it's when you get to the end, that's the end. This doesn't actually have an end. It just has more creativity to offer. Those of you that are even a little bit into gaming, if you haven't tried Vintage Story, it is a great way to scratch that itch for a lot of different game types. You know, it has RPG elements, exploration elements, survival, crafting. You know, there's even a little bit of strategizing to do here and there. So, and there's no hidden weirdness to it. You know, there's no loot boxes, there's no pay to wins, there's no anythings like that. It's just, you get the game and do what you will with it. They give you a giant toolbox full of fun. Oh, look at that, eh? And, yeah, just like getting a huge box of Lego. Here's all the parts. Here's a couple ideas to get you started. Go hard. And I'm sure I will continue to play Vintage Story long after I stop broadcasting it. If nothing else, because I find things like this, and this, strangely enough, I was one of those Minecraft players who enjoyed the mine part of Minecraft. You know, I like getting in here and doing this. And that would figure this is probably the biggest copper vein I've run across. Ooh, we've come right out the other side. This is just crazy. But yeah, I have enjoyed this version, as I've enjoyed many of the others, and I do really appreciate any and all of you that have come along for the ride. And for any of you who do follow the channel because you like watching Vintage Story, I'm retiring from YouTube for two main reasons. Well, three, let's say. One not as pervasive as the others. The two big reasons are, one, I'm having less and less of a love affair with the gaming industry as time goes on, you know. Because you got to keep in mind, when I first got into gaming, you know, you would go into a brick and mortar establishment and you would look on the shelves, and if the box art or the description on the back of the box caught your attention, you thought, yeah, that sounds like something I'd like to spend time doing. You bought the game and you took it home and played it. And whatever the heck was in that box, that was your experience, and it wasn't likely to ever change. Some of them were great, because it's a lot different if a game developer who, you know, develops games and rely on it for a living, puts out a bad product. Yeah, it could well be the end of them as a game developer. If they put out a good product, then you're likely to buy their next product too. And that's sort of the way it used to work, you know. And yeah, there was, you know, the occasional online forum if a game became popular enough. But it was pretty much a word-of-mouth kind of business. So you didn't release non-working buggy messes. You know, there was no quick assets, quick scam, quick money out the door kind of opportunities, because pretty much everything had to be created by the developers and the people that worked with them. You know, the way things work nowadays, it's, you know, they went from paying people to do beta testing to early access. And early access, as much as I love the way you can get a hold of games that you probably wouldn't have seen for literally years, and get to check them out, it's one of the big things that's kind of killing gaming as a really valid industry anymore. You know, and I'm sure, just like me, you have a raft of games in your Steam library or Epic library or just on your PC in general, from wherever, Good Old Games or, you know, Microsoft, Xbox, Game Pass, any of those things that you don't play because you played what was there and the developers never came back and finished it. Again, not something you would see in the box stores. You know, maybe you had a copy of, you know, PC Gamer magazine and had played the demo on the disc that used to come included with them, and decided, hey, I'd like to try this game, so you bought it when you found it on the shelf, and what you bought was a finished product. You know, so the game industry itself is just, you know, I suppose to best sum it up, there's a lot of newly released games lately, where once upon a time, when a big game got released, you'd see Let's Plays and, you know, first hours of and first looks at and on and on and on and on and on. You'd see gameplay, in other words. Now every time a new game is released, there's 3 videos on gameplay, and then there's 50 videos on people reacting to how hideous the developers are, or how failed the game is going to be, or, you know what I mean? And then that's followed up by 50 videos on how successful the developers are, how much they're making up for their mistakes, blah, blah, blah. In other words, nothing to do with the games, just the politics behind it. And it's politics they're creating as they go along. You know? So when I got into doing gaming videos, it's because they were gaming videos. You know, now Let's Plays, for every 100 views they get, the drama channels that either cut them down or prop them up are getting 1,000 views. You know, this is, wow. Quite, I'm hoping there's going to be a way around. Okay, woo. Almost cut too close there. Well, I wouldn't want to come through here in the dark. So yeah, that's the one end of it. The entire game industry itself is just, you know, not a game industry anymore. It's some other media event that has a common discussion thread, and that is games. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother marking that one. The other thing is the platform itself. YouTube. And let's face it, the reason that gaming channels are no longer about games, they're about politics and drama, is because YouTube promotes that. You know, you're gonna get a better shot in the algorithm on a drama thing, you know, than you are on a let's play, you know, vintage story. And I think one of the reasons you don't hear about this game as much as you do others, because there's not a lot of drama with it. You know, it is exactly as the developers say in their front page on the game. You know, we're not here to, you know, do a bunch of politics, do a bunch of drama, put you through unfair practices and loot boxes and microtransactions and blah, blah, blah. We're just here to make a good game that people are going to like. Well, good for them, but you're a pretty rare breed. And it's because of YouTube, you know. The last straw for me is when the tiny vestige of control we had over ads, you know, at least whether we wanted skippables, whether we wanted mid-rolls, that was taken away. You know, now you just tick a box that says whether you want it freaking monetized or not. And we'll decide how many hundreds of thousands of freaking ads we're going to run on your video. And that bit where we said, you know, we do our best to make sure it's not something that's going to impact your video negatively, that's crap too. You know, how many times you've been watching a video and mid-sentence of someone, you know, they cut to an ad every day. You know, it's just out of control, you know. And it's the same thing, you know, the communities on YouTube are following the YouTube trend, you know, so it's, you don't have the community you used to have. So, yeah, between the fact that they've kind of ruined gaming for me, not playing games, gaming, to the fact that the platform that I try and put my games up on is doing their best to ruin gaming for me as well, I think it's done. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to do this because I enjoy it from now on, not because I feel, you know, I've got some commitment to put videos up that aren't going to get any attention on a platform I don't particularly like, but I still do it. 2 videos every single day. I have literally thousands upon thousands of videos on this platform. And yeah, I've only got just over 4,000 subscribers, and you wouldn't know it from my views. I'm lucky to break 20 views anymore, you know. And I don't blame gaming, and I don't blame YouTube for that. You know, if I would bend to their will and, you know, milk the algorithm and clickbait things and do all of the stuff that we know makes a successful YouTuber, you know, you know, I would probably have a quote unquote successful channel. Problem being, I wouldn't like it very much, and I wouldn't have done it for as long as I have, because I wouldn't have liked it very much. So, and the third, and actually, oddly enough, less vital reason is simply I'm not in the greatest health anymore. I have issues. Whoa, I almost fell down a hole. Oh, it wasn't much of one good stuff. Yeah, I have health issues that, well, they weigh enough on my mind that I'm not able to put 100% of my thought and concentration into whatever game I'm into. which is often as not why you see me do some rather odd things where you're going to facepalm and go, what the heck are you doing, man? Don't you know how to do that yet? Well, yeah, I do, but I'm not thinking about how to do it as much as I'd like to. So, but yeah, this is, I don't know where I am. Oh, look at that. I've instinctually, this is the trailer just by our house. We just live right over there. That's funny. I had no idea I was actually heading the right way home. I climbed over weird mountains that I had to use half a stack of stuff to get over just to get to where I was, and you name it. And coming back was pretty easy. So yeah, no idea. But let's find our way back home. Ah, there it is. So yeah, I truly, truly thank all of you that have come along on the journey, whether it's, again, just for this game or whether you've been following the channel as a channel. Yeah, it is much appreciated. I hope that you all do well in whatever endeavors you pick up. And I have lots of other hobbies besides gaming. And at some point they may make it onto this platform or some other. If they do, well, I will let you guys know. I'm also, for the last few videos I put up over the next few days, going to leave a link in the description to the other channel that I own, that none of you knew I owned, because I never use it. But I'm going to leave a link there because I think, you know, it's obviously not a monetized channel because I don't use it. But I think if there are other videos that I end up putting up at some point in the future, they'll probably go up there. So, with that said, I do wish you all a wonderful, happy, prosperous life. And I thank you for spending some time with me. Take care of each other, folks. Because, as I've always said, nobody else will. Ciao for now.